if you are the New Testament Christian and the New Testament just gives balance to the way you should live as a child of God and everything, let me tell you, you're missing a lot of stories in the Old Testament. And I'm currently in the book of Second Chronicles, and if you're new to the book of Chronicles, you would realize that right after the book of Kings is literally the book of Chronicles, and it's actually the same exact thing. The difference between the books of Chronicles and the books of Kings is that the book of Chronicles was written after the exiles came back from where they went to, and it literally went deeper into the Davidic generation. So David, Solomon, Rehoboam, and the likes. Now, I was in Second Chronicles chapter 24, where it talked about Joash and how he repaired the temple and everything. And I was so excited because, oh my God, this is a very good king, because they said he did what was pleasing in the sight of the Lord. But there was a clause there. There was a but there. They said that he did what was right in the sight of the Lord when the priest was alive. Throughout the lifetime of the priest, he did what was right. But immediately the priest died. Guys, guess what? This boy literally started fraternizing with the people of Israel, with the kings of Israel. He took in advice from people who wanted him to derail. And even though God's warning came to him, he was bent on not pleasing the Lord. And I was like, I remember in the book of Second Kings, chapter 12, where it talked about Joash being a very good king because he did what was pleasing in the sight of the Lord. So I went back to Second Kings to read about Joash, what the author of Second Kings wrote about Joash. And it was just painting Joash as this very perfect king that did and followed the footsteps of David. So if you don't know, Joash died by assassination. He was assassinated. And I was like, but why would a good king, when it's like he doesn't have that kind of enemies that would literally want him dead, why would he die by assassination? Why would some random 3 people kill this king? And I wrote here, I put it in green highlight. It says, why? Reading the book of Second Chronicles, I was like, okay, now I understand. Now I understand why God had to take him out of the picture, because he led the people of Judah to do what was not pleasing in the sight of the Lord. And I was like, okay, now that makes sense. I actually wrote it here in my Bible. The answer to the why was in Second Chronicles chapter 24. Now, I'm sharing this experience to tell you that if you ain't reading your Bible, you're missing a lot. Especially when it comes to stories of the children of Israel. I have said it countless times on this platform that those people, those set of groups of people are my favorite, because God literally showed us what humanity is about. Literally, on a platter of gold. This is how you can get if you don't follow the footsteps of God, if you do not follow his precepts and his ways. And I'm so excited because whoever told you that the Bible is not interesting is lying to you. This is your sign to go and read your Bible. My dear, carry that Bible, dust it. If you've not read it today, if you've not read it this week, it's okay. Just carry it and start reading. Okay. Don't be like Joash that did what was pleasing until the death of the... But like, why? It just shows that his heart was not fully into God. It was just doing it because the priest was there. And when the covering was done, he was like, now I can do whatever I want. Anyways, I'll come back to give you guys updates as I continue on the kings of Judah.